Welcome back. As always, be sure to leave a comment if you have anything to add to this conversation, or any comments about the channel in general, or comments on the next video, which will be part 7, talking about what I think the story of Borderlands 3 is going to be. If you have any thoughts or theories, let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to include it in that video. Also, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. It's the one with the orange logo. I just posted a video about, me and my friends playing Siege over there, so if you're into that, check it out. Also, hopefully today, possibly tomorrow, I'll most likely be posting a Dead by Daylight video as well. So if you're into that, be sure to check it out. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So if you've been watching this series, you know that I basically just copied my original 10-part series back when I first started this channel. I just took the topics I used for that series, and I'm bringing it over to this series just with updated predictions for Borderlands 3. Now, I'm only bringing this up because originally my part 6 was based on new information, just about a leak that was given, just kind of my thoughts on that. And so I decided to change that because obviously there's just a lot of leaks and a lot of rumors, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about confirmed stuff. So I changed it to now talk about the marketing so far and what I think the marketing will be going forward. What I like, what I don't like, what they did really well, a couple things they kind of stumbled on, and all that jazz. So yeah, let's just move on. Let's get into it. I am insanely happy about how they announced this game. Now, it really just kind of sounds weird because obviously any way they announced it I would have been happy with. But they did it exactly how I said they should do it, how I've said in multiple videos how they should do it. And I'm just happy that, well, A, they did it that way, and B, that I was actually right for once. So yay, go me. They waited until the game was basically done to announce it. When it was only a few months out from being released, their planned release date time. And that's why I've been stressing for so many videos to calm down. They'll announce it when they're going to announce it. They'll announce it when they're ready. And hopefully that means there'll be a short time between announcement and release. We got all that. We, those of us that were patient and weren't bitching them out, we waited patiently. We got exactly what we wanted. An announcement and a very short window before release. Now, if it was announced, say, a couple months earlier, I don't think it would have been, disappointing. I think they could have worked with it. But I think they made the smart decision by waiting to make sure that they were ready, waiting to make sure they had most of the game done, and were in a situation where they could, show off pretty much the entire game, and very little to anything would have changed. The game, how it looks now, is exactly how it's going to look on release day. Because, well, now they don't really have a lot of time to change things, but I think that was the plan from the beginning, to show off exactly what they wanted to show off, how they wanted to show it off, without any risk of it having to change. Because so many games in recent memory, in the past, whatever you want to call it, or however, any period of gaming, there have been games that have been announced with promises, with little gameplay snippets, characters and whatnot, that just aren't in the final game. Cuts been made, gameplay tweaks have happened, graphical downgrades happen all the time. But no, Gearbox and 2K and just the whole Borderlands team did very well by waiting until they were ready. Waiting until the game was pretty much out the door already. So I'm very happy they did this. Just, that was a very, very big plus in my book. Plus, the way they announced it was cool too, with a little teaser the day before. They basically came out and said they were going to release it, or announce it, excuse me. And then they had another big trailer the day it was announced. They talked it up, it was a good announcement. Yeah, there were some technical difficulties. That's not really so much on their fault. But the idea was right. The idea they had set in place, what they had planned to do, was awesome. And the technical difficulties, yeah, it got in the way, and it did definitely ruin the moment. But overall, I'm still happy. Now, this is another thing that Gearbox, 2K, Borderlands, wherever, the whole team, they did right, marketing-wise. They gave the game to streamers, to YouTubers, to influencers, said, hey, play an hour and a half, however long it was, get some content, get your opinion, then go and tell the people that watch you how great the game is. Now, this is definitely nothing new. Yeah, people have been doing it for quite a few years now. It's a fairly common practice nowadays. But it doesn't mean it's a bad one. That it's a good, it works. Because if I see, just someone that works for Gearbox playing the game saying, hey man, this game is great, it's awesome, then, well, yeah, no, duh. They work for the company. They're going to say the game's great because they want it to sell. But if you put it in the hands of a YouTuber, someone that people trust, people watch, people, actually listen to the opinion of, then they're more inclined to buy it. Now, that's just kind of like the psychological, the marketing side of it. But in reality, I enjoy it because it feels like an actual person playing the game, not someone hired to play the game. In reality, yes, they are technically hired to play the game because usually they get paid as well. But it feels more personal. It feels like an actual human playing it, not an employee playing the game. So that's why it works as far as like marketing wise works. But I personally enjoy it because they're not told what to do most of the time. Sometimes, yes, they are, but from what I've gathered, it seems like during how Borderlands announced their gameplay and how they, gave it to certain streamers and whoever they gave it to, they never really gave them a certain thing to do. They didn't say, hey, go do this mission, go complete this checklist of stuff to do. They just said, hey, here's the game, go have fun. And that's awesome, because when I see that gameplay, I see how a player is going to play the game, not how an employee is going to play the game. Does that make sense? Like, I see essentially how I am going to play the game. I don't see how the developer wants me to play the game, because in reality, I probably play these games wrong, but I don't care because that's how I enjoy it. If I enjoy it that way, I don't care if it's wrong or right. So I want to watch someone, I want to watch a YouTuber or a streamer, whoever, that plays the game the way I like to play the game. So it's definitely not a new strategy, but it works. Now, where Borderlands or Gearbox, 2K, whoever you want to call, whoever's in charge of the marketing there, 2K in this situation, where they did it right is at the same time they did show their employees playing the game. And I know that kind of sounds hypocritical because I just said, well, I don't want to see the employees play the game, I want to see people play the game. However, they did this right because they showed their employees playing the game, and that's how they showed the things they wanted to show. They didn't tell the streamers, hey, go do this, this, and this to show off these mechanics. They played the game, said, hey, check out these mechanics. It's like, okay, that's cool. And then you're supposed to go and watch, your favorite streamer, YouTuber, whoever, play the game and say, oh, that's how you can use those mechanics in this way. Does that make sense? The Gearbox, or 2K, I guess, showed what they wanted to show. They showed, hey, look at all this cool stuff you can do. Look at all these cool locations. Look at all these cool guns. Then you're supposed to turn over to the streamer and say, now look how you can use these cool guns. Look how you can go to these cool locations. Look how you can use these cool mechanics in these different ways. Because not only are they showing off all the different cool things you can do, they're kind of incorporating themselves in the community. There's always a Borderlands community. There's always, a community for any game that comes out, any decently well put together franchise. But what Gearbox or 2K they're doing here, they're kind of putting themselves in the community as well, saying, hey, look, we like the game too. We're just going to show you what you guys can do. Go have fun. And it's a subtle thing, but it worked well. I really enjoy how they announced how they showed off the gameplay, because I saw the mechanics firsthand, saying, all right, this is how you do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Cool, I'm in. Then I went to go see a couple streamers. This is how I would do this, 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 and this. Awesome. That's probably how I would do it too. It makes sense. In my mind, it was a good strategy. It worked, and I do hope more games do this way too, because I really enjoy the whole putting the game in the hands of streamers, trusting these people to make a good reputation for your game, basically making them build your community, but then also how they're taking the extra mile by being a part of the community as well. They did well. All right, they did a good job. Now kind of moving on to more things that did maybe not so well. Now, there has been quite a bit of controversy over the Epic Store lately, especially in terms of Borderlands 3. Now, full transparency, I don't care. All right, I play PS4 pretty much exclusively. I play I have a little bit of play Xbox One once in a while. Play PC every now and then, but through and through, I like PS4. All right, that's my preferred console. I'm not going to debate over it. It's just my preference. Everyone has their own preference, all right? So when I heard that Borderlands 3 was going to be an Epic exclusive for 6 months, for half a year, whatever it was, I'm like, honestly, I didn't really care. But then I thought about it for a second, and I realized that really does suck. Like, that's a dick move for so many reasons. Oh my god, that's terrible. It's absolutely god awful. And I understand, alright? Epic makes Unreal Engine 4, I believe, which is what Borderlands has always run on, is the Unreal Engine. So they're offering better deals to developers and whatnot. And I don't know what all the background business dealings are. I'm not going to pretend to understand all the different deals and whatever. But, God, that sucks. I understand the point of exclusivity. I really do. Like I said, I'm a PS4 player, so I've been extremely lucky, especially the past few years with exclusives. PS4 has had some amazing exclusives, especially the past few years. So, I understand. But growing up, I was always PS4, so I missed out on, like, Halo, Gears of War. Well, those are the two big ones, and there's a couple other ones that Xbox has. But, I did miss out on those games. I had to play it at a friend's house. So, I do understand the pain of exclusivity. So, it's not as bad that it's only a 6-month period, but for how long we have been waiting for this game, that's awful. That's just 6 more months added on top of it. Like, God, why would they do this? I understand. I understand why. Again, it's the background dealings. It's a little shady. I'm not going to support it. I'm going to buy it on PS4. I guess if you really want your voice to be heard, then yeah, don't buy it. Wait the 6 months. Get it on Steam or buy it on console. Do whatever you gotta do to make you feel better. Personally, I don't care. It's just another developer or another distributor, excuse me. And if I'm being honest, it sucks. It really does suck because everyone loves Steam. Everyone has their own preferred distributor. When I do play PC, it's always on Steam. I don't think I even have the Epic Store download anymore. I did at one point, but I think I got rid of it. So, it does suck. But in reality, it is a good thing for the industry as a whole because Steam's had a monopoly for way too long. So it's better. It's good that someone is trying to step up to the plate and say, no, we're here too. You can buy from us. And I'm not saying Steam's bad. I love Steam. Like I said, when I do play on PC, I always use Steam. But Steam could go sour very quickly. At any point, they could have just jacked their prices and no one could have done anything. It would have been years before anyone would develop anything that would compete with Steam. So we would have had to deal with it for that long. So it's kind of good that Epic is stepping up before Steam is like that. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. It does suck. I'm not saying that 2K did right by this, by doing the exclusivity. I'm not saying that you should buy it on Steam, on Epic, but do what you guys gotta do. It sucks. It was a bad marketing strategy. It was just a stupid decision altogether. And all that now doubled with the fact that Epic messed up. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but that whole that deal where you can get like, I think it's $10 off any game that's $15 or more. That's a pretty good deal, especially because they said they would honor pre-order. So if you pre-order Borderlands 3, boom, that's $10 off, or whatever the percentage was. I don't remember what it was. And Randy Pitchford on Twitter said, I remember seeing the tweet, and I'm like, damn, I might have to download Epic. I considered downloading Epic and getting it on PC just for that deal. I didn't, obviously, but that's a pretty good deal for a game that hasn't come out yet. A game that big. And then they come out and say, yeah, we didn't mean to do that. We really didn't want that to happen. It's just, I don't know. It just looks bad for Epic more than anything else at this point. The Epic didn't communicate saying that, hey, we're going to make this awesome deal. Deal with it. I don't know. It seems like a bad move from Epic at this point. This isn't really so much 2K's marketing or Gearbox marketing. This is just Epic being bad, especially when they're trying to be the good, like, hey, we're just the new, better Steam. This just looks bad. It really does. So yeah, that's a huge step back for them. But like I said, buy it, don't buy it, that doesn't matter to me. No skin off my bones. I'm buying it for PS4. I am very worried about the future, simply because they've said a couple times, especially during the gameplay trailer, or gameplay reveal, excuse me, that they have a lot more to show off in the coming months. That worries me. Now, obviously, anything that Borderlands 3 related, I'll be watching. I'm excited. I want to see it, but at the same time, they've shown off so much. Like, there's really not much more they could show off. I want to be surprised. I don't want any surprises, especially story related, which is kind of ironic because the next part I'll be attempting to predict the story. But that's the beauty of it, is because just the little bits and pieces of things I have here and there, I have pieced together what could be the story, but I'm most likely way off, and I want to be way off. I want to be surprised by this game. I want to see the twists and turns and everything. But if they keep showing stuff off, then nothing's going to be a surprise, and that's what worries me. You know, obviously, the stuff they show off, it's marketing. It's to show the people that had their doubts about the game, hey, this is the game, it's awesome, you should play it. And honestly, if you weren't excited for this game before, at least before the gameplay reveal, then you should be excited now, because that was awesome. Anyone who's even like a fan of first-person shooters, seeing that gameplay should have been like, okay, I should at least check this game out, you know? So, anything else they show off, it's just going to be excessive. The only thing I would request would be basically the same gameplay they showed off, but with the other two characters. And a full skill trees of all 4 characters, just so I can decide which character I want to be before the game launches, like I've done with, well, I guess just the pre-sequel. But that's what I want from the future. I just want to see just a little bit of gameplay of the two Vault Hunters we didn't see, and the skill trees for all 4 of them. Like the full skill trees. I think we did get the first 2 they showed off, but I don't think we got the other 2. So that's all I want. I don't want to see anything else. And what worries me is that they said they have a lot more to show off. I don't want it. I don't want a lot more. I love what I saw. I want to be surprised by the rest of the game. Please don't ruin the game. So many games ruin themselves. I mean, this is kind of like a movie trend, how movies like ruin the whole plot in their trailers. I don't want that for Borderlands 3. I'm satisfied. I'm excited. The hype is real for this game. Please don't ruin it by revealing everything. That about does it for this video. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I say it at the end of my videos or not. I really should, because I do appreciate it. Please, if you have anything to add to this, if you have anything you agreed with, disagreed with, just continue the conversation down in the comments, because that really truly is why I make these videos. I want your guys' opinion. I really truly do. Or if you have any comments about the channel in general, because I really am always looking for improvement, and I do take those comments to heart. So anything you say, I'll try to make better. Check out my other channel, YC Games. It's the one with the orange logo. I just posted a rainbow video over there. Hopefully gonna post a Dead by Daylight video very soon. I got the footage. I just have to do the editing now. Yeah. My next video, part 7, will be talking about the story. So if you guys have any theories about where you think the story is going, let me know and I'll be sure to include it. If you want me to include it. If you don't want me to include it, just tell me in that comment. But I do want to see what your guys' opinion. I want to include your guys' opinion in these videos as well. So if you have any opinion on it, let me know. I do plan on continuing the Borderlands 1 remastered playthrough, but it's going to be less gameplay, more ranting, because lately, I don't know why, I've just really felt like ranting, and I think that's a perfect place to do it, because I do want to finish that game, but I feel like I have to have a reason to, and that's going to be my reason, is to make those videos. So look out for that next couple days, hopefully. I mean, don't look for it for Borderlands 1 gameplay. Look for it if you just enjoy angry talking, because that's probably what it's going to be, is just me unfiltered, unedited, ranting about whatever I feel like ranting about whenever I feel like recording it. So yeah, that'll do it. keep your stick on the ice. We're all in this together. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.